Okay, let's dive into this explainer. If you've ever felt like you're just endlessly caught in this relentless cycle of digital notifications, or, just completely overwhelmed by modern life, we're going to explore a framework designed to break you out of that exact trap. We're looking at the core philosophies of a truly remarkable fable today, Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club, and unpacking how escaping mediocrity actually begins the very second you wake up.
Now, what's really interesting about this source material is that it doesn't just hand us a dry, clinical list of productivity hacks. Instead, Sharma uses a captivating narrative to deliver some profoundly deep self-help principles. He introduces us to characters who are genuinely struggling and looking for a better way to live. Because these ideas about internal optimization are anchored in a story, they hit a lot harder. It makes the whole blueprint feel incredibly practical and, honestly, super accessible.
We start right off the bat with this brilliant epigraph from F. Scott Fitzgerald. It sets this amazing tone of hope for anyone who's feeling stuck in a rut of mediocrity and just desperately seeking a fresh start. It's a huge shift in perspective, right? Reinvention is literally always on the table, no matter how chaotic your current reality might feel.
All right, let's jump into Section 1, The Tragedy of Ordinary.
So, to set the stage, we meet two characters who perfectly represent the very real pain of modern overwhelm. First, you have the entrepreneur. Outwardly, she's got it all: success, wealth, a thriving company. But inwardly, she's in total despair, actually considering swallowing a bottle of sleeping pills because investors are staging a coup to steal her business. Then, on the flip side, we have the artist. He's immensely, undeniably talented, but he's constantly self-sabotaging and battling his own demons. The crucial point here is that both of them are trapped between their potential and their execution, and they are desperately searching for a way to save their lives.
Which brings us to Section 2, The Spellbinder's Wake-Up Call.
Desperate for answers, our two characters attend a personal optimization conference. It's led by this legendary 80-year-old grandmaster of inspiration, known simply as the Spellbinder. And he brilliantly illustrates this massive divide in society. He warns that we have got to stop being cyber zombies, totally enslaved by digital distractions, just busy being busy. Instead, we have to restructure our lives to model mastery and become history makers. What does that look like? It means having monomaniacal concentration. You eliminate the noise, focus on one masterpiece at a time, and protect your creative flow with unyielding inner peace.
He then drops this massive truth bomb on the crowd. He says, "Too many among us die at 30 and are buried at 80. Wow. It's a devastating realization, right? It perfectly captures the absolute tragedy of letting your childhood wonder get smothered by routine until you're just living the exact same week thousands of times and mistakenly calling it a life.
The Spellbinder passionately argues that true greatness is a really difficult sport. He reminds everyone that icons, people like Charles Darwin or Vincent van Gogh, endured massive, relentless discomfort to unlock their creative power. Darwin studied barnacles for 8 grueling years. So the takeaway is that your biggest opportunities live right next to your greatest discomforts. World class literally begins the moment your comfort zone ends.
Moving right along to Section 3, The Surprising Stranger.
So, just as the Spellbinder shockingly collapses on stage, throwing the whole conference into total chaos, the story introduces a completely unexpected paradigm shift. A scruffy, wild-haired homeless man approaches the entrepreneur and the artist. Naturally, this prompts them, and us as the audience, to wonder, why on earth should they take advice from a vagabond? Why listen to a guy who looks like he literally lives in a cardboard box?
But as they get talking, a totally different picture emerges. It turns out this guy is wearing a $100,000 diver watch. He casually mentions flying in private jets, building profitable companies, and he's effortlessly quoting famous philosophers. He claims to actually be a billionaire surfer whose massive success came entirely from the Spellbinder's secret productivity routines. Talk about not judging a book by its cover, right?
That takes us straight into Section 4, the 4 interior empires.
The homeless man, the billionaire, pivots the conversation from their personal pain to the actual concrete mechanics of crafting a world-class life. He lays out these 4 interior empires. Now, most of us obsess over mindsets, right? Our psychology and focus. But he explains that's only 25% of the puzzle. To truly elevate your productivity, you have to optimize all 4. You need your heart set for emotional well-being, your health set for physical vitality and longevity, and your soul set to connect to your deeper spiritual legacy. Optimizing the whole shebang is the exclusive secret to legendary impact.
To really hammer this home, he literally whips out this drawing on a worn index card.
a sketch of an angel and a hero. He uses it to remind them that adults are essentially just deteriorated children. Think about it. When we're young, we're fiercely alive, curious, and full of heroic power. But society and the need to fit in totally dims that inner light. It's a powerful reminder of the heroic power hidden within all of us.
On the back of that very same index card, he shares this profoundly comforting quote: "All change is hard at first.